Hello, I'm the Spartan Sheep, and today we're going to be doing something different. After my previous video of asking what you guys wanted for content on this channel, there was an overwhelming response in the comment section from one person. But this one person, they asked for anime, just anime. So I decided to take a few liberties when it comes to the entire thing of anime. Took a few liberties and decided what videos to make, because today we are going to be reviewing the first volume of the manga BERSERK. So BERSERK was a series that was created by Kentaro Miura in 1988 and is still going to this day, I believe. Yes, it is actually. Yes. Awkward pauses are going to be the thing for this channel from now on, all the awkward pauses. But because I have not done this type of video before, like reviews of mangas, tell me in the comments below if you guys want a spoiler-free review of the volume next time, or if you want me to abridge it, basically. But for this one, because this is the first volume, I'm gonna abridge the events that happen here. So hope you guys enjoy. Here we go. So staying true to the fact that it has a parental advisory explicit content, I will say this now. BERSERK, not a series for younger people. Yeah. Because if you just go onto the first page, yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to show this. Yeah, definitely not allowed to show this. Okay. So the first thing that happens in this series is our main character, Guts, is basically banging a lady. First panel of the manga. Off to a great start. But then you see that the woman that he's having the sexy times with becomes to change and mutate into, yeah, basically becomes a xenomorph. Okay, I'm not gonna deny it looks like a xenomorph. Still not gonna show it, because I'm pretty sure I cannot show this type of stuff on YouTube, because I don't want to be age restricted at all, but just trust me, it's a xenomorph. And then, after that point, after revealing its true form, it says to Guts, it's like, I've got you in my trap. But he's like, no, I've got you in my trap. My voice acting is amazing. Then he pulled out his left arm, which is a fake arm, to reveal a cannon. And the next panel, you just see the corpse of the xenomorph lady. And that is how the series begins. Again, explicit content, not for the kiddies. And like that begins chapter 1 of the BERSERK manga, titled The Black Swordsman. And here we begin, and here it starts off with Again, awkward pause is going to be the thing for this channel. I'm not editing that out. Screw you guys. You will suffer through all the awkward pauses. So basically what happens is, it shows you a bar where there's a group of thugs basically messing with a little fairy elf. Yes. It looks like a fairy, but it's called an elf. And as this is happening, as they're basically torturing the fairy, not like stabbing, like trying to hit it with throwing knives, Guts walks into the bar and basically proceeds to reveal that his mechanical arm has a bit more than just a cannon, as he plops a repeating crossbow on there and starts cranking it to shoot out arrows at all the thugs that were trying to torture the little person. But it turns out Guts is not there to save the little elf. In fact, he is there just to send a message to the people who is in charge of the thugs. But as he's telling the last survivor of the onslaught that he did, like to tell him the person who's in charge of him, even though I recently said the people who is in charge, that was broken English there. But as he's telling the last survivor about to send a message to the person who's in charge that he is coming for him, apparently one other thug managed to survive and was sneaking up behind Guts when the little elf yells out to watch out, and then Guts reveals his mighty blade. Jesus Christ, that giant chunk of metal. That thing is huge. My God, Guts' sword is absolutely massive. Don't take that the wrong way, please. Don't. Stop thinking about that. No. I know you are. I don't trust you. You're still thinking about it, aren't you? But yes, as he reveals his giant sword, he then cleaves the man clean in half with a single stroke. Not overpowered at all in the slightest, no. Nah, I'm just... Okay, yeah, it's slightly overpowered. Like, bam! Flipping cut the guy in half. Bam! Oh, because after that, as soon as Guts is done, Guts, well then, leaves the bar. Only to be followed by the little elf, who then reveals his name to be Buck. Who is now following him. Okay then, camera, why are you doing that? No, stay still. Who's not following him because he feels indebted to Guts for saving his life, even though Guts really didn't care about Puck at all. After Guts leaves the bar, he is then captured by the guards of the city and the mayor of the place that he is now in. And the mayor asks him that basically now, because Guts has killed those men, he is basically doomed the entire town that he's in. I keep switching between city and town. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I have hair on my mouth. But this just makes Guts he just doesn't care, because his sole purpose is to find the person he's looking for and kill them. Anybody else who gets in his way is basically they're just in the way. And he basically says that if you're not able to survive somebody else's problem, you might as well die. Not very nice words. But even though I do kind of agree with them. It's like, not completely, it's like one should be able to survive, to adapt and survive somebody else's problem so they can live their own life. Do I say that if they can't do this, they should just die? No. That's a bit excessive, Guts. Bit excessive. But then he is captured by those people and then sent to a torture chamber, where the mayor of the town once again interrogates him and tells him that the person who's basically controlling him is like, he is not human. He is a monster who feeds on the flesh of people. And that Guts has no idea what the heck this is. But Guts just says, "Oh, I know. I know very well." But then we see that the mayor of the town... But in the next scene, we see the mayor of the town go to the person who is basically blackmailing him and threatening to kill him and his entire family if he doesn't follow what he says. We then see how this person, in fact, is not human at all, with like very pointy teeth. And as he's eating basically bits of flesh, as you see as he passes a human ear at the mayor, I guess just to spook him and for the lulz. And we see that this person also has a set of armor that is shaped like a snake. And also, I just have to at this point comment on how gorgeous the art is for this manga. My God, is the art for this absolutely gorgeous. Let's see if I can find you a single page where it really shows off. Now, 1 second. Yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm gonna sing a song to you while we're here. Okay, yeah, this works. That is just, ignore this, just this here, like the bird and the shading. Like, that is, the art for this manga is just absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, soon after Guts being tortured, he is then thrown into a prison where he has a nightmare where he sees a demonic fetus. You won't find out about the fetus until much later in the story. Much later in the story. But yeah, he has a nightmare about this, and then he wakes up only to scare. He wakes up yelling and screaming only to scare Puck, who has showed up to free him. He has showed up with the keys to unlock him, and he is there to help Guts. Guts is, for the most part, unwilling to accept the help from Puck, but he does get himself free as he waits for the big baddie, and he knows he's coming because a brand that he has on the back of his neck starts to bleed. As it starts to bleed, he knows that the big baddie is coming. He's coming to get you. Brar. And then soon after we see Guts see his brand bleed, we then cut to the big baddie and a group of his own soldiers slaughtering the town that Guts is in and burning it all to the ground. Because the big baddie guy has basically at that point had enough and just want of the people there, and he just wants to just basically get rid of them all because he feels like it. And then soon after that, you see that big baddie man wearing the cobra armor. Basically, on top of his spear, you see the corpse of a child, and as he pours blood all over his face as he drinks, like, ah, nom, nom, nom. Again, explicit content. This series could get really messed up. But soon after that, Guts appears in front of the big snake man, and basically he decides to take him on one-on-one, mano-a-mano. In other words, he straps on the stupid flipping crossbow, he's like, pow, 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 pow. And then, bam, he like shoots the guy in the face, and he basically falls to the ground. But the Snake Man, as soon as I finish messing around with my hair and hat, the Snake Man then goes into a building where he comes out in his true form. Or you could say his final form. But this is actually his final form. I don't watch Dragon Ball, I don't know this stuff. But here you see that he is actually 100% not a human at all, and that he's basically merged with his armor, becoming a full-on snake creature. And I have to say, Kentaro Miura really does have some amazing character design when it comes to his monsters that he makes. Because my god, how the snake monster looks is just absolutely amazing. How you can see like the total shape of the snake monster, and inside the mouth of the snake you can see the original guy's face with a mouth like this, and a big slicky tongue. And then after that, the Snake Man basically starts wailing on Guts, and as his soldiers panic and flee because they don't know what's going on. They just see a flipping giant snake monster man, so they just panic and leave. As the Snake Man just basically beats on Guts, like basically hitting him over and over and over again with his tail. Finally grabbing Guts up and putting him in front of his face. And then Guts lifts up his right arm, and you actually see it fully this time as his fake hand plops down to reveal the cannon as he pulls the string right in front of the Snake Man's face and fires the cannon right through his face. Guts, now having the upper hand, then takes out his massive sword and then cleaves the Snake Monster Man. I don't remember her names. I think he has a name. I don't remember it. I'm terrible with names. I have the book right there. I could check it, but I don't feel like it. He then cleaves the Snake Man into two halves, basically cutting him right through, cutting off a bit of his face as well, like bam. But the Snake Man is still alive, because yeah, he's not human at all. And then Guts walks up to him. He asks the Snake Man, "Where is the God Hand? What do you know about the God Hand?" To which the Snake Man replies like, "That is something that we apostles do not know. You will learn more about apostles and the God Hand later on in the story." But then Guts, because he couldn't get any information, he might as well he then takes his time, slowly shooting crossbow bolts into the Snake Man's dying body, just repeatedly as the Snake Man's dying, just making him feel more and more pain. Because basically at this point the Snake Man can't die from that. Guts knows how to kill him, but he's going to make him suffer. And you will understand why he is like this, again, much later on in the story. And as Puck the Elf sees this cruelty that Guts has, he then understands the feelings that are going through Guts' head, because him being an elf, he is sensitive to the way people feel. And I forgot to mention this before, but Puck was trying to figure out all the feelings that were in Guts' head, which were mainly just anger, fear, just a whole lot of anger, really, and sadness as well. Is like all of these things to combine, and it's something deeper. And then he truly understands the feelings that Guts has in that moment. As soon as he sees Guts finally kill the Snake Man, those feelings are completely berserk. Title: roll credits. As we see Guts then walking off into the forest, where in the last panel of the chapter you see him being surrounded by spirits. And that's where we're going to leave it off at the end of chapter 1, because I was originally planning on doing the entire volume in one video, but that's going to take me forever. So tell me what you guys thought, if you liked the abridgement, or do you want me to just review it chapter by chapter without any to avoiding as many spoilers as possible. Leave that down in the comments below. Hope you like the video, and if you're not subscribed, blah blah blah. Notifications or something, I don't know, do that or something. But yeah, I will admit, if you ever get the chance and you ever find the Berserk in a bookstore, definitely pick it up. Get started with the series as soon as you can. It is an absolute masterpiece. The farther you go into it, the better and better it gets. And it's basically still going to this day since 1988. And it just keeps getting better. It's not a super long series, but it is definitely not the shortest, but it is by incredibly worth it. And just don't watch the new Berserk anime. Jesus Christ, that is the clangs. All the clangs. It's like I'm getting a flippin' Vietnam flashback. The clangs. Oh, the clangs. Not the clangs. If you want to get through the series quickly, you can watch the 1997 adaptation anime, which basically abridges like the first 2 volumes of the series in one episode. Actually, it just goes through basically chapter 1 through the first episode, and then goes back in time to show you Guts' origin story in the 97 anime, if you want to check that out. So that is all for today. Tell me next if you guys want more of this, more chapter reviews and slash abridgments, and if you want another series, please tell me in the comments below, because I also have 2 light novel series which I have as well, and those being Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. I have the first 2 volumes of that, and I also have Spice and Wolf, the first 2 volumes of that. If you want some of those light novels in this channel, please leave that down in the comments below. And the other manga series that I have upstairs in my room would also have to be Uzumaki, which is a story by Junji Ito, which is an amazing horror mangaka. If you haven't heard of Junji Ito, definitely check him out. His work is absolutely amazing, seeing as he's the person who can make things as mundane as a spiral make that terrifying. So that is all for today. I hope you're all having a great day, and see you next time. This is Spartan Sheep, out.